Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to scale a single or multiple viewports in paperspace. I'll draw a square that measures 2 units by 2 units, 2 comma 2, and I'll draw 3 instances, 3 viewports in paperspace. One half scale, one full scale, and one 2 times scale. So the layout always gives you an initial one single viewport, so I will resize it to a size of interest. To enter the model space in the paper space, you double click on the viewport. You can zoom out a little bit with the wheel of your mouse, or just use the shortcut commands zoom, all A. To eliminate the grid lines, you just there's a tab on the lower right corner. To exit the model space, you double click in the paper space. Now to scale this viewport, there's a shortcut command called MV setup, and you enter S to scale viewport, and enter. It prompts you to enter the number of paperspace units. So say we want a full scale of 1, model space 1. So now we have a 1-to-1 scale in the paper space of the model space. Now to position that object in the viewport in this paper space, double click on the viewport and pan your part or object of interest in the viewport. And then to exit, you just double click in the paper space again. Now suppose I wanted to draw a half scale of the same instance of this rectangle. To insert another viewport, there's a command called mview, and you specify a corner, starting corner, ending corner, and your object from the model space appears in this new viewport. To scale this viewport to say half size, we use the MV setup command again. MV setup. Type in S to scale viewport. Select the viewport. It prompts you for a number of paper space units. We enter a ½ inch. Model space units 1. And now it's half scale. To reposition this object, we could enter the model space by double clicking on the viewport, and we could, just like we did before, pan over and position the object where we want it. To exit the model space, first you have to exit the pan. To exit the model space, you double click on the paper space again. Now we have a full scale square and a half scale square. We could do the same if we wanted 2 times the scale by creating another viewport using the mview command, specifying a starting corner and an ending corner. To scale it, we would use MV setup, S for scale, select the viewport, prompts for number of paper space units, say 2, and the model space units 1. And now we have a double scale. So the viewport I created is a little small, so I'll reposition this one using the move command. I'll just reposition a little bit higher. Select this viewport and just drag it a little bit bigger. Double click on it to enter the model space. Use the pan command to move it over. Exit the pan, double click on the paper space, and now we have 3 viewports with 3 different scales. To eliminate these borders around the viewports, we could create a layer. Let's call it Viewports. And let's turn that layer off. And now we change the layer of these viewports to Viewports. The shortcut command for that is CHPROP, it's change properties. We select the 3 viewports, press the right mouse button, we select layer, enter the new layer name, which is Viewports, which is turned off, and now the boundaries around each viewport disappear. And now if we dimension each of these squares, we will see that they're all 2 inches, but they have different scales. And that's pretty much how you do it.